Here in this video, we will take a look at the future of laser weapons and how these futuristic systems could completely change modern warfare. Laser weapons have appeared in countless movies, TV series, anime, and science fiction franchises for decades. From the blasters and super lasers of Star Wars to the energy weapons seen in Star Trek, Terminator, Halo, and many other futuristic universes. Laser-based warfare has always been shown as the ultimate weapon of the future. These weapons were usually portrayed as extremely fast, highly destructive, and far more advanced than traditional guns or missiles. But what once existed only in fiction is now slowly becoming reality. We will begin with the early development of laser technology during the Cold War, and then move on to the advanced laser weapon systems that are now being developed by countries like the United States, China, Russia, Israel, and others. We will also look at how these weapons work, their advantages, their weaknesses, and what the battlefields of the future may look like with laser warfare. Let's get to it. So we should first know that the idea of laser weapons is actually much older than most people think. Scientists and military planners had already started experimenting with directed energy weapons during the Cold War, and both the United States and the Soviet Union searched for futuristic technologies that could give them a massive military advantage. The idea was simple but extremely difficult to achieve. Create a weapon that could destroy enemy targets using concentrated beams of energy instead of bullets or missiles. Early laser systems were huge, unreliable, and consumed massive amounts of power, which made them impractical for real combat. However, advances in computing, power generation, batteries, and targeting systems eventually made laser weapons much more realistic and dangerous. One of the most advanced operational laser weapons today is the HELIOS systems, developed for the United States Navy. HELIOS, which stands for High Energy Laser and Integrated Operated Optical Dazzler and Surveillance, is a powerful, ship-mounted laser weapon designed mainly to destroy drones, small boats, and incoming threats. Unlike traditional naval weapons that rely on expensive missiles or ammunition, HELIOS uses concentrated energy beams that travel at the speed of light. This allows it to engage targets almost instantly with incredible precision. The system is believed to have a power output of around 60 kilowatts, though future versions are expected to become even stronger. HELIOS can also blind enemy sensors and surveillance systems using its optical dazzler capability, making it useful not only for destroying targets but also for electronic warfare. The system has already been installed aboard Arleigh-Burke-class destroyers and represents one of the first major steps towards practical laser warfare at sea. Another important laser weapon currently being developed is the Iron Beam system from Israel. This system was designed mainly to counter rockets, mortars, drones, and other short-range airborne threats that traditional missile defense systems often struggle to intercept cost-effectively. One major problem in modern warfare is that many enemy drones and rockets are extremely cheap, while interceptor missiles are often very expensive. Iron Beam attempts to solve this problem by using energy instead of physical interceptor missiles. If deployed successfully on a large scale, systems like Iron Beam could change the economics of air defense warfare forever. Russia has also invested heavily into laser weapon technology, systems such as the Peresvet laser complex. Although many details about this weapon remain classified, the system is believed to be used mainly for strategic defense purposes, including protecting important military sites and potentially disrupting enemy satellites and drones. Russian officials have claimed that Peresvet entered operational service several years ago, though its true capabilities remain uncertain. Some analysts believe the system may function more as an anti-sensor or anti-surveillance weapon rather than a direct destruction system. China too has rapidly expanded its own directed energy weapons program over the last decade and is believed to be developing multiple laser systems for different combat roles. Chinese defense companies have displayed truck-mounted laser systems designed to shoot down drones and low-flying threats. Reports also suggest that China may be researching airborne and naval laser systems as well as anti-satellite laser technologies. One major reason China is investing heavily into laser weapons is because of the growing importance of drones and missile warfare in modern combat. Lasers offer a potentially cheaper and faster way to counter these threats compared to relying entirely on traditional missile defenses. As China continues modernizing its military, directed energy weapons are expected to become an increasingly important part of its future battlefield strategy. Unlike normal guns or missiles, laser weapons do not fire physical projectiles. Instead, they generate highly concentrated beams of electromagnetic energy that focus massive heat onto a target. When the beam strikes a target, the intense energy rapidly heats the surface, eventually melting metal, destroying electronics, igniting fuel, or detonating ammunition. One of the most terrifying aspects of a laser weapon is their speed, because the beam travels at the speed of light, meaning there is almost no time for the target to react once the weapon fires. However, laser weapons usually need to keep the beam focused on the target for several seconds in order to cause serious damage, especially against armored objects or fast-moving targets. Laser weapons offer several major advantages compared to traditional weapon systems. The first is speed, because laser beams hit targets almost instantly. The second is cost, because each shot may cost only a small amount of electricity rather than requiring expensive missiles or ammunition. The third advantage is precision, since lasers can focus on very small points and reduce collateral damage. Another major advantage is deep magazine capacity, because as long as the system has power, it can continue firing without needing physical ammunition reloads. These advantages make laser weapons especially useful against drones, rockets, mortars, and swarming attacks where traditional missile defenses may become too expensive or overwhelmed. Despite their futuristic appearance, laser weapons still have several major weaknesses. One of the biggest problems is weather, because rain, fog, smoke, dust, and atmospheric disturbances can weaken or scatter laser beams, reducing their effectiveness. Another major challenge is power generation, because high-energy laser weapons require enormous amounts of electricity and advanced cooling systems to prevent overheating. Laser weapons may also struggle against heavily armored targets or threats moving at extremely high speeds if the beam cannot stay focused long enough to inflict damage. Because of these limitations, many experts believe laser weapons will initially complement traditional weapons rather than completely replace them. The future of laser weapons could become even more dangerous as technology improves. Future tanks may carry defensive laser systems capable of shooting down incoming missiles before impact. Warships may rely heavily on lasers for close-range defense against drone swarms and hypersonic weapons. Fighter aircraft could potentially use laser systems to disable enemy missiles in mid-air. Some experts even believe future soldiers may eventually carry portable, directed energy weapons once power systems become compact enough. Artificial intelligence may also play a major role in future laser warfare by helping systems automatically detect, track, and engage multiple threats within seconds. For centuries, warfare relied mainly on physical projectiles, like arrows, bullets, artillery shells, and missiles, but directed energy weapons are changing that completely. Although many challenges still remain, laser weapons are rapidly becoming more powerful, more compact, and more practical.